Good morning and welcome to part 3 of the 55 Chevy back half. As hopefully you saw the last two, we left off with our rear end hanging just by some straps. I made the little lower shock mounts, and then today I need to put a bar in there and make the upper shock mounts and actually have this thing mounted. Hopefully get the truss put on, and then I have a wishbone that I need to put on. So we'll see how much of that we get done today. But yeah, I'm stoked. This thing is turning out really good. I'm gonna work on these a little bit more. I think what I want to do is actually try and bend them and have this plate go on the inside and kind of put a little kink. See, it's not spaced right here, and I think if I tighten these bolts down, I'm gonna have to have a spacer in there. So I think if I put these plates on the inside and then kind of kink it out a little bit to fit this just right, it might squeeze down nicely. So I'm gonna play around with that, work on that today also. So as always, travel along with me on our little journey, and we'll see how far we get done today. Absolutely gorgeous day out in Phoenix, Arizona. 82 degrees today. Absolutely love springtime in AZ. A couple of weeks from now it's going to be summertime though and 90 degrees, but for now we're going to enjoy the weather. Get her done. Well, this concludes part 3. I think I'm just about done with the actual mock-up and stuff. Ordered some springs and some axles and tubs for it, so when all that stuff comes in I can start assembly. So I got to keep cleaning up and probably powder coat and start painting and making this thing pretty. So thank you so far for watching. If you guys have some comments, please put those down below. I like to read those things. I haven't seen very many comments, but part 3 is over and part 4 is coming up in a few days. Thanks for watching. So I built this little contraption for my press. Basically just my own little brake, and just some real thick angle iron that I put on there, welded it to a couple plates, and then just sharpened up another piece and stuck it on there, and actually works pretty good. You know, they obviously make these, or I mean to sell, but if you have the metal and you have the means, might as well just make one, right? So it turned out pretty good. So I just crank this down and it bends this 1/4 inch stuff. As small as that is right there, it bends it pretty easily. So I made 4 of these guys. So the shock will fit in between there, and then this part will fit in between the brackets. Thusly, all I have to do is make a little spacer. So it'll go in between there. Make a little 1/4 inch spacer in between it. That's really hard to do in one hand. And it'll be nice. It'll squeeze all down and keep everything nice and tight. So I'll show you when I get it mounted what it looks like. O to the MG. That turned out good. So now I don't have any more spacing in between here. So it's tight. And I don't even have anything, I don't even have it tight yet, and it's tight. Does that make sense? No nuts on here or anything, but it fits perfect. Much better. And there's 4 holes in this spacer, so I still have plenty of adjustability. I can move this thing up and down quite a bit. Gain a couple, 2-3 inches in difference in the ride height. So now I can figure out the top one. Here we go. Now I got the truss fitted up, welded on there. Looks pretty good. This was quite a chore to get this on. She didn't fit so good. I had to go around all these, and took a little bit of work. Did a lot of grinding and fitting and grinding and fitting, but got her welded on there. Did pull just a little bit. The bar's kind of tight, but it does still move. So I'm gonna see if I can tweak it just a little bit. But as long as the bar still moves, I think I'm in good shape. But it did tighten up a tiny bit. So yeah, I just gotta clean these up a little bit, get some of this little pebbles off there. I made a little brace on the bottom, a little gusset, and braces for my wishbone that I made. So we got this all done. It's turned out nice. Wishbone goes under here. I don't think I filmed all this, which I probably should have, but it goes on there like that. And obviously that goes into the bracket. So that's where we're at on this. Kind of a crappy rainy day. It was so beautiful out. Now it's muddy, cloudy, and rainy. That's no good. But it's a good day to be inside, be jamming to some music, crank it up as loud as I want to because the doors won't be open, and just get some work done. Well, got the frame capped off. Looks wetty nice. Capped it off back here. I don't know if you remember, but there were some holes right there. I'll put some plates across all that. I still gotta grind a little bit on top, although you'll never see that with the tubs in there and everything put together, but I know it's there. So some of that was a little rough to weld on the old frame. It was dirty and undercoating or paint or whatever they had on there, but it was gross. But it looks pretty good. So got those all done. And rear end's pretty much done. Nice little filler cap on here. Turned out good. A little tiggy tig. Should be a little bit easier to put some oil on it now, rather than trying to do that little side hole. Whoop! I'll charge for that little dent, and then put a drain in there too. A little bung. So that'll be nice. I'm gonna finish scrubbing and cleaning this out, and then probably powder coat this thing. I put a straight bar on both ends and measured the toe, and it's 100% dead on, so I think we're in good shape. So yeah, it was today's work. Kind of a crappy day outside. It's all cloudy and rainy, and the weather's been so gorgeous around here lately, but then took a little turn, so it's all right. Cooped up inside and got some work done, so I'm happy with that. So we will continue with the build, and figure out what I'm doing next.